Okay, hello everyone. I'm Molly McCandless, and welcome to my Healing in My Sanctuary on the energy of anxiety. Tonight I'm going to look at the energy of anxiety in your space. Right now on the planet, anxiety is such a heightened energy. Some of you may typically sit in the energy of anxiety. That could be a lifelong energy that you sit in, or you could just be feeling it so intensely right now because there's so many unconscious people on the planet that are sitting in anxiety. Doesn't mean if you're in anxiety, I'm not trying to say that you're unconscious, but it's just that level of heaviness on the planet, a lot of unconscious energy that's floating around. So if you're new to my healing sanctuary, how this healing works is I create a composite and I will look in this space for the different energies of anxiety sitting in the aura, the body, and the chakras. By making a composite, it's a more, we'll say, well-rounded space because everybody brings their own energies and it just can trigger other people's energies so that it brings up more for me to look at and be able to clear. So all you have to do is sit back and relax. I'll be looking at releasing as much of the energy around anxiety as I can, and then helping to reset this to a higher vibration. I'll start with a short opening prayer. May it be with the blessings from divinity that whatever happens in this healing on anxiety be for the highest and best good for all involved. Amen. I'll go ahead and start setting the energy by creating the composite. Okay, I'm creating that composite, and I'm going to start this by looking at the outside in, meaning I'm going to look at the energy around the composite first, the aura, then I'll get into the body, and then I'll move into the chakras and see where this energy is sitting to help you start to clear and release. It's interesting because just looking at anxiety in the aura of this composite, I've never seen it quite like this. It looks like small kernels of popcorn or corn popping, like tiny pieces of popcorn exploding. And that's actually a great visual when you think about the energy of anxiety, that it's always kind of in movement and exploding around you. So let me work to ground and clear this out of your space. I'll say your space, out of the composite space. It's part of your space too. There's a lot of this energy, and it's kind of frenetic in a way, sitting around the head of the composite. So, excuse me, my composite could look like a body. It could look like anything, but I'm actually looking at it in the structure of like a chakra person. And there's a lot of energy held, a lot of energy that's held in overthinking. So I'm going to clear that. A lot of it, excuse me, a lot of intensity in this space. Just trying to work through this wall of energy in the aura of the composite so I can actually get to the body. And, you know, if you've been in classes or healings with me or in private sessions, oftentimes I'll ask the question, what percentage is this your energy that you're sitting in, or what percentage is it, let's say, foreign energy that you're thinking is yours? So we'll say, if you're experiencing a lot of anxiety It could be, again, the collective energy of anxiety on the planet. It could be perhaps a parent who has a lot of anxiety and you're helping them ground it. It could be a child, could be a partner. So if you really are sitting in your space and you're grounded and you're doing, say, a meditation, or you're just silently in your space, you can always ask, what percentage is this my anxiety? Or you could ask, what percentage is this foreign energy, meaning somebody else's that has gotten in your space that you're thinking is yours? So if you tune into your body right now and you're thinking about the energy of anxiety, I want you to tune in and ask, what percentage is this my energy? Or you could ask, what percentage is this foreign energy that's not mine? So think about that right now and get your percentage. And that can be very telling. It could be that a high percentage actually is your energy. And then that's where, if you know how to ground and release, you can sit and ground and release the energy of anxiety. If you get it somebody else's, you can tune into yourself and ask, why is this person's energy in my space? Am I allowing it there? Do I have an agreement to allow that person to run their anxiety through me? Maybe you're a very grounded person and that friend or family member thinks, wow, okay, I don't know what to do with all this. I'll ground through her or him. So ask questions and be really aware of what energy you've taken on and you're holding on to. And if it's not yours, release it. But that's what I'm helping you to do right now. And it's interesting, as I'm starting to move closer to the body, some of the energies that are coming up, and I'll look for this in the body and the chakras: fears, worries, future time. That's interesting. A lot of future time energy, and they're worrying about things that may or may not happen, and that's creating some anxiety. Wow, it's pretty powerful. Okay, so let me continue to release, and then I'll get into the body. Okay, as I move into the body, I'm going to look for some of that fear, worry, not just the anxiety, but the fear, worry. There's also some energy of control in that space. And when we try to control our lives, we can often go into fear pictures, and that creates the anxiety. So I'm looking for some of that in that's held in and around the body. It doesn't have to be in a chakra. I'm not into the individual chakras yet. I'm just still looking at where some of that's held. Again, and I see this a lot, is a big pocket of energy sitting from, say, the throat down to below your belly button, down to your second chakra. So fifth chakra, throat chakra, down to the sacral or second chakra. Goes along with responsibility. Okay, so let me start pulling responsibility out of this space. There's some energy of healing agreements in this space, and that's why I'm seeing the energy of responsibility. You can't heal somebody else's problems because they're not yours. So the energy of responsibility and control is adding to this. And I think that's why I see it so much in the front, is where we a lot of times hold a pocket of energy for people we love, so that they won't feel so badly. And that energy is creating some anxiety in your own space. So let me just continue to work on clearing this out. Some of you might be really feeling it in your heart chakra right now, and a little bit down into the solar plexus as I'm removing it. I know it's intense because it's making me, I'll say this, you've probably heard me say this before, it's making me want to take a deep breath because there's so much held. And it's interesting, it's just coming through as I'm helping you release some of this responsibility, the energy of forgetting to enjoy life, or not remembering that you have a right to sit in enthusiasm and joy. Because as I'm releasing this, for some of you, it feels like you've forgotten to sit in joy and enthusiasm about life. It's more about responsibility and healing other people. You know, really try and move out of that energy of holding on to other people's stuff for them. Okay, I'm looking again for agreements that can be in the space that you made an agreement to, say, process your mother's anxiety, your child's, or somebody else's. Okay, that's starting to shift and move out of the body. Let me just look on the back side of this composite, so I make sure I have it on off the back side of your body. A lot held from the shoulders, mid back, lower back. So I'm going to help you clear. And that's also, I can see, well, we'll get to the chakras in a moment, but there's a lot of this in the root chakra too that's about survival. So I'll get to that in a moment. It's interesting because some of this energy looks like one of you has like a big backpack on, and all that energy is sitting on the back in a backpack, and I'm literally peeling that energy off, like the straps off of the back, and letting that energy release down the grounding cord on this composite. Somebody just went like, oh, that feels so good, getting that out of my space. Okay, let me start going. I guess I'll start at the root chakra and work up, because the root chakra is pretty gummed up with this heavy energy. So I see this dark, heavy energy in the root chakra, which is at like the base of your spine, in that vicinity anyway. It has to do with survival, fight or flight, feeding yourself. And when I'm looking at this, some of this energy of anxiety is coming from the past. It could even be past lives where you haven't cleared some energies of survival from either other lifetimes, or could be this lifetime as well, that's creating some anxiety in your space. So let me work on that root chakra. It's pretty stuck. Remember, yours individually may be spinning a little better, but remember, this is the energy of the composite. So there's more than one person's energy in here, but this will also help you to release any of your pictures that maybe haven't been activated yet, that you've been holding on to, that could be in your root chakra. A lot of dark, heavy, sticky energy coming out. I also see a lot of cords into this root chakra, and that's people cording you in order to ground through you. So let me clear that root chakra out. And it's interesting, there's around survival, there's some old energies around money in this space too. That's created some anxiety, either going out into the future or past issues with money in this space. That'll cause anxiety, right? If you're worried about funds, money. there's some resistance, and let me see what the resistance is in the space that's not allowing all of this energy to come out of the root chakra. Goes back to agreements about allowing people to ground through you. So let me clear that out. I'm starting to get some movement in this space. And reminder, as I clear these energies, you may start to feel lighter. You may even actually feel them releasing out of your space while I'm working on this composite. Okay, I'm going to move up to the second chakra below the belly button, sacral chakra. It's creative center. A lot of pain pictures in this space, cords. I see in this space, there's some stuck creative energy that hasn't been able to be expressed yet, and it's waiting to come out. I think that's causing some anxiety. So if you've been trying to create something new, a new project, a new job, a new anything, you may feel this a little more acutely. It seems to me that's why this is coming up, is because there's some really stuck creative energy, and that is causing some anxiety in your space. It could be even that you're trying to figure out how to literally access that information to create. So there's a little resistance, some frustration that's going to come out, as well as the anxiety. And it's weird because it looks almost like swollen to me. So I'm going to release that swelling out. Clearing this second chakra in the creative center may really help you take some next steps, getting the anxiety, getting that stuck energy, and some fears and worries about what you're creating, or will I be able to create it? Will my creations come back to me? So that's what I just moved out of that space. Let me go up to the solar plexus, the third chakra, and it's right below the ribs. It's where we create the energy to move forward. It's a will center, ego center. There's a lot of programming in this space. Looking for that anxiety. And we've worked on in other healings too, the energy of like a really stuck or jacked up third chakra, which can create digestive issues. It can be a space where I really see a lot of anxiety in clients where they hold that energy. So I'm looking for anxiety in that chakra. This nervous energy almost comes up as, I can see maybe you in the healing aren't doing it, but it's almost this energy of like biting your nails. This kind of intense anxiety, whether you experience it now or you have in the past, it hasn't released. So I'm working on clearing that anxiety out of the third chakra. Get that chakra spinning. Got some programming, some cords. And it's interesting too, I see in this space some invalidation that I want to clear out, where maybe you've been invalidated about the way you're living your life. It could be invalidation on anything, but I see some of that energy that's sitting in that space that's creating some anxiety. Okay. That chakra spinning now. Let me go up to the heart chakra. there's some old pain in the heart chakra that one or more of you are holding on to. And it looks like that kind of goes back to some of the energy of trying to help other people heal, that responsibility. And as I'm looking at that, I can feel different points in my heart chakra where there's cords, and that energy being plugged into your heart chakra is causing some anxiety, some frustration. Again, it makes me want to take a deep breath. That just means there's a lot of energy in that space around anxiety. A lot of energy on the back side of that heart chakra that I'm clearing, as well as the front. That's nice, because as I see the energy releasing out of that heart chakra, I can see the energy expanding more. So you have more energy around your heart chakra. So it's not so constricted by other people's cords or energy that you're trying to help them heal. There's some mom energy in this space too. So moving mom out. Again, responsibility for other people and siblings. Okay, flushing the anxiety out of that heart chakra. Let me go up to the throat chakra. And that is lit up. I can feel that. Anxiety, unspoken words you like to say but haven't been able to. I feel like I have a big ball of energy stuck in my throat right now. This could be also some anxiety about wanting to speak some words or wanting to create boundaries with other people who are running some of their energy or their anxiety through you, but being afraid to speak up and actually make that boundary, whether it's energetic or verbally. So I'm helping clear out that throat chakra. Remember, it's your right. This is your space. If you don't want people in it, you can be gentle or not, but moving them out using your words. And if they don't like what you're saying, it's still your divine right to move them out. And if they take it harshly, if it's the intention isn't meant to be hurtful or harsh, then how they take that is for them to process. So I'm going to help you release responsibility about speaking your truth. So one or more of you, I don't know, it's like I can see the words starting to come out and then not being able to find the words. So let me clear out that communication channel. If you're feeling tightness, remember, you can think about energies releasing off your own body out of this space. Get pulled down the grounding cord out of your own physical body as you're sitting there, down the grounding cord on your body. If you don't know how to do that, reach out to me and I'll explain to you how you can do that or send you some information. Okay, let me go up to the sixth chakra. Sixth chakra is not as gummed up as the other lower body chakras. That's good. See a little bit of energy of anxiety that's creating like a layer that you have to see through in order to find your path. So helping to ground that energy so you can see your path more clearly. There's someone in this healing that is possibly afraid to look down the path or is not certain because, again, some of this energy I'm coming up with is coming up against is some unconscious energy. So give me just another moment to work on the sixth chakra. I'll go up to the crown before we finish. What it is looking at some pain pictures. So in a meditation, if you meditate, you might want to tune into what are some of the pain pictures you don't want to look at. Remember, it's just an energy, old energy to be released. So when you hold on to pain pictures, they'll stay stuck in your space. So finding a meditation or get a healing or whatever your practice is or whoever you work with, you might want to, if you have a problem seeing through your third eye, looking at the fact that you might have some pain pictures that you're working through that you just either don't know how to or it's too difficult. But that's getting a nice healing. Okay, and then let me go up to the crown. There's definitely some foreign energy in the crown chakra. Getting a nice crown chakra spinning. I don't see, that's probably the least gummed up of all the chakras around anxiety. I literally see it more lower down because it looks like the crown chakra is spinning pretty well. I'm going to bring that crown chakra of this composite up to gold. You can even imagine on top of your own head, the crown chakra spinning clockwise. Like if you had a disc that spins clockwise like a clock, you would imagine it sitting on your head, spinning that direction. So bringing that vortex of energy, it's like a small disc, getting it spinning really fast at gold, bringing it up, getting it spinning quickly on your head and bring it up to gold. You could imagine painting it a bright, shiny gold. You can do any color really, as long as it's a high, bright color, but gold is really nice way to set the rest of your chakras, high vibrational. Okay, so let me look back for any other cords or any other energy of anxiety sitting in your in the energy of this composite. Let me get the energy flowing through the channels of this composite. Just one more cord in the center of the back of this composite I'm going to pull out as I'm getting the energy flowing. Okay, now let me fill this up with some positive energies. And again, if you may be familiar with the technique, I'm looking, and I just like to narrate some of this so that you remember how to do it on your own. So if you listen to the replay or in your own meditation, remembering once you release, you need to replenish. So above the crown chakra of this mock-up, I am creating the image of a nice warm golden sun. I'm going to put some energies into this composite to fill into the golden sun to fill up with. So the energy of certainty, success, peace and calm, grace and ease, boundaries, present time, validation. Remember, you got to really always validate yourself for everything that you create. Vitality, peace and harmony, self-love. Let's add some gratitude. And how about some neutrality and amusement? So that whatever comes up, you can have just some amusement about what's happening around you. And then there'll be less anxiety, kind of some neutrality and amusement. Okay, let me bring that sun in through this composite and fill it in. Saturating all the areas, would be like the cells and organs of the composite. Bringing it up to a very high vibration that you get to carry forward because you are in this healing. Okay, I'm going to close out. May it be with the blessings from divinity that this healing is now complete. Amen. I want to thank you all for being in my sanctuary tonight. I hope this healing on releasing anxiety is helpful to you. You can always reach out via email to ask any other questions, or I do have some classes coming up in January, but no matter what, I just wish you the best. Happy holidays and have a wonderful rest of your year, and best wishes for 2022. Good night.